Hi Aries, and welcome to your April 2017 energy reading. It is the time of your solar return, so many happy returns to all of you. It's also the start of spring in the northern hemisphere, autumn in the southern. So I hope you have a good season ahead, and also the start of a brand new 9-year cycle. This video is for sun, moon and rising. To start the reading, I've pulled out a Feng Shui fortune telling stick. We shake these, as you can tell they're quite loud, so I do that off screen until one stick jumps out. Each stick contains a little snippet of advice or a warning. The stick you got was the number 3. I'm sorry, my camera's not fantastic, so please bear with me. The snippet on the number 3 is beware of behaving extravagantly. The number 3. On the zodiac wheel, the 3rd house is ruled by Gemini, so a Gemini may be of some importance here. It covers communication, travel, transportation, neighbours, siblings, self-expression. The number 3 reverts back to the Empress in the tarot card. Now, the Empress is the ultimate feminine energy. For me, she depicts the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles all rolled into one. She's mastered all of these attributes. She is the Mother Earth. She's in total alignment with herself. Aries energy is masculine, very masculine, male, fire energy. So the number 3 and the Empress may be showing up just to say, don't run away with yourselves in the masculine energy. Not everything we can win by brute force and ignorance. Sometimes we need the nurturing, more calmer, more soothing side of a personality to get through a situation. Sometimes we need to use our intuition more. So don't forget that side of your personality throughout the month of April. In numerology, again, we speak very much like the Empress. It's all about growth, and growth of faith, actually. So maybe we've lost our faith in something, and we need to re-find it. It talks of art, humour, an increase, spontaneity, broad-minded thinking, fulfillment, encouragement, acceptance. It talks of your talents and skills, love of fun and pleasure, and freedom-seeking adventure. So maybe something along those lines is of importance to you this coming month. Today is the 23rd of March, and the number 3, Empress, actually does have a reference to Venus. Now, Venus is still retrograde and she's going through Aries and Pisces until the middle of April. So retrograde, we can be looking back, we can be reassessing something from the past that we've left behind, or something's reappeared that we've got to take note of and spend some time on. This energy should start clearing in the middle of the month to move on with the full fire energy of your actual sign. With that said, I am going on to your reading. The cards I'm using today are my Mythic Tarot, original 1980s Mythic Tarot. I've used these cards for over 30 years, as you can see, well battered. But they are my favourites. The reading I'm going to do today is a spread of my own, which I do in personal readings. I've reduced the number of cards to make it so they aren't so long. The purpose of my reading today is hopefully just to spark some intuition within yourself. If you pick up on something, be it only one thing, that will resonate with you. I'm not going to spend a long time on going over the energies. I will give the messages I've got and leave it at that. If there is anything that your intuition picks up on and you want to explore it more, feel free to contact me. I don't mind going into something as deep as needed. But on a general reading, there's no real point. I think what needs to be said will be said. What needs to get across will come across. Before I continue, I didn't mention we got the number 3. So maybe the 3rd week in April or the 3rd of April could be of some importance. Maybe there's something on that day. Okay, so the reading I'm going to do, I call this Messages to Myself. We're going to draw 12 cards, 3 which will give us messages or insights into what we have to pay attention to or pat ourselves on the back for from our spirit, our higher self, divine, whatever deities you believe in. The second line will be 3 cards about our physical environment, our physical bodies, our health, or physically what's going on around us. The third 3 will be messages from the heart and what our heart wants us to acknowledge. And the last 3 are messages from our soul and what our soul wants us to acknowledge. I hope you enjoy the reading. And with that, let's get on. Aries, April 2017. Can I have 3 cards from the higher self, please? 3 messages from the higher self for Aries 2017. I have 3 cards, 3 messages regarding the physical for Aries 2017. I have 3 cards to represent the heart, 3 messages from the heart for Aries, April 2017. And finally, can I have 3 cards representing the soul? Oh, and we have got 3. Okay. So at the bottom of the deck, as an overall guidance for the month, we have the 6 of Swords. Now the 6 of Swords talks of The Six of Swords talks of moving to a better time, moving to a better place. So it could be physically moving. It could be you are moving this month. You could be moving overseas, or you could be travelling overseas. Either way, we're moving away from some turbulent emotions, some unhappy situations, and we're looking for a more peaceful way of life. The Six Swords represent our thoughts and things what do matter to us. Any thoughts or situations that don't matter, and we've realised they don't matter, we've already left them on the shoreline. So a very good card of knowing where you are, what is important, and it's time to move on, taking with you only what you need. I'll put that there, and you still can't see it. No. Let's pop it up there. Okay, so into the reading then, Aries. Messages from our spirit. The first card we have is the Hermit. Now the Hermit does actually reflect on a Virgo. So there may be a Virgo around you at this time. But the Hermit's all about taking time out to assess situations, looking inside ourselves to gain knowledge that we need on certain situations, finding the insight and following our own light, following our intuition and moving on in a positive direction. This is coupled with the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups talks of a brand new start in love or emotional fulfillment. It could be a card that signifies the summer, happier times, warmer feelings, warmer emotions, more feeling of contentment. And it does speak of days, though we have no other cards to signify something happening in days. The third card we've got from the higher self is the High Priestess. Now the High Priestess is, for me, she's the spirit on earth. This is the most psychic. This is the woman who can trust her intuitions. Do not take woman as literal. If you are a male, it's still talking about yourself, but a male that is in tune with his higher self, his perspectives, and his intuition. The High Priestess is ruled by the moon, so the moon cycle could be a big significator in timing on this line. The Ace of Cups, maybe in 9 days, or 2 weeks, or 2 days, 9 weeks. Maybe there's some kind of celebration, some kind of new emotional project, creative project, or romance, or family relationships. A brand new start in something is signified here. Well, give me 2 seconds so I can turn them around and look at them and see if there's anything else. So messages from our spirit. Take time to go inside and seek the wisdom that you need over a certain situation. I do think the situation is something on a materialistic level, and you're unsure about where you need to go with it or what the outcome of it will be. with the Hermit sitting, the Ace of Cups sitting in between the Hermit and the High Priestess. The Hermit and the High Priestess are both soul searchers. They're both cards that signify going inside yourself and listening or finding the answers. The Hermit, I believe, he talks to his soul. He listens to his soul, his gut feelings. And the High Priestess listens to her intuition. She knows the secrets that are hidden. The High Priestess also does speak very much of secrets and hidden factors. So the higher self may be advising you to take time to think about a situation surrounding a new love start and use your intuition to determine your next step forward. The next three cards we have are regarding the physical, and we have the Two of Wands. Now the Two of Wands, this speaks of seeing potential of how two coming together actually doubled your output already. There could be a decision that needs to be made, and this card reflects maybe you need to seek counsel. Now it could be your own counsel. So in the physical, you're actually going to talk with somebody regarding the passionate idea you want to move forward with, or it's seeking your own counsel, which is put back here with your Hermit and the High Priestess. Ironically, the next card is we have the Empress, which our stick foretold the number 3 coming out. So the Empress, it is the feminine energy, and as a fire sign in your own element at the minute, and at the masculine, push forward and wanting to strive and get where we need to get. I think physically, in the physicality of things, we've got to temper that a little bit. We've got to remember the nurture inside of us. We can win so many situations over by being nurturing, by being kind and soft and gentle. It can speak of a birth. It can speak of having to make decisions or movements in a creative nature, an emotional nature. She too can also use her intuition very well. So another card of you physically need to be grounded. She is a very grounded card. And use all the tools in your box. Use your thoughts, your communication and your thoughts very wisely. Use your emotions. Do not get too emotional, but do not get emotionally detached from things. Be materialistic, but not to the point of too materialistic. And having passions, which are the fire energy of your own sign. Having passions, but not letting them passions overtake the balance you have here, in knowing that with this card you can nurture and make grow and expand whatever you want or desire in life. It's just go about it the right way. And the last one for this row is in the physical, the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords talks of conflict. Sorry, the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords talks of self-negative thoughts and talk. We are imprisoning ourselves by what we think everybody else believes about us. We're self-judging ourselves, and we're keeping ourselves in a little box. Yeah, it's a safety, it's a security, but it's not a nice place. It's an uncomfortable place. We're not feeling self-worth. Maybe we're feeling put down by others. This could very well be you being judgmental and putting other people down. And with the Empress at the side, I would say this is saying, come out of this energy. Yeah, it's good to be forceful and want to attain your desires, but be careful of your speech. Be careful of your thoughts in the period of April. And not just thoughts to anybody else, to everybody else, but thoughts and speech to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Messages from the heart. We have the Ten of Pentacles. To me, this says, our heart says, if we truly look at the picture of our lives, we have a good, happy life. Yeah, there may be some things missing in certain areas, but in general, we cannot grumble at the life we've got. It's we've got a good family relations, a good stability, and the finishing of a project in a certain area of our lives. So this card also signifies to me that the heart says it's now time to move on and start a new cycle of pentacles, a new cycle of something in the materialistic world, the physical world, that we can start working on and bringing in to enhance this picture we have here. Next one is the Tower. Now the Tower, a lot of people are frightened of the Tower, but the Tower to me, it is represented by the planet Mars, and Mars is chaos, Mars is war, Mars is crazy, and destruction. This card says, before building anything else, or before trying to build on anything that's already there, so there may be one part of this Ten of Pentacles that isn't quite there, but you want to build on it, you're going to have to strip it all down. Just blow it apart, strip it down and start again. Now, if you do not take the time to think and accept this and pull it all back to start from a new beginning, it will fall down and crumble around you. It will feel like devastation. It will be a shock. It will be terrifying, as any change is. What we have to understand is change is necessary. Change is needed. And whatever your heart is wanting to build on, it's not set on good foundations. You have to strip it back, look at the total truth of the situation before moving on. And with that, we have the Ace of Swords. Now, the Ace of Swords speaks about clarity in thought, clarity in speech, that aha moment, that realization of, I got it all wrong, this is how it is. Next to the Tower and the Ten of Pentacles, I would say we have something in the happy family life. It may be a relationship with a brother, sister, sibling. Something is not working the way you want it to work. If we strip it down to the bare bones and to the truth, which she carries the sword of truth, we strip it all back to the truth of the matter, we will have a victory, we will have an epiphany, and we will have a clean slate to start taking action, speaking our truths, thinking, having good clarity of thought, and able to move on and restart, have a restart or a start of something new, built on a good solid foundation, not the uneven ground of the tower. Messages from our soul, we have the King of Wands. Now the King of Wands, this is you guys. The King of Wands, we talk about a lot of creativity, a lot of passion, sitting well within our element here. Or there could be another fire sign around you, a fire sign that is a soul connection. So we are talking of Aries, Leo or Sagittarius, though I do look at the King of Wands as the Aries because we do have the little ram behind him, look here. So I believe that's you. The soul saying you are well within your element. The red of his cloak signifies a good root chakra, good feeling of groundedness and stability. The soul talks of the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is about juggling. It's about trying to keep a balance within things. And the Knight of Cups. Now the Knight of Cups could be a water sign. Pisces, Scorpio or Cancer. And they usually come with him this way is coming with some emotional offer. I do actually see the Knight of Cups as more Pisces than Cancer and Scorpio because we do have the little fish jumping here. So on these three cards, I believe the soul says we are well in our element. We're in a very good position for moving forward on our soul's path. There may be a little bit of juggling, little bit of indecisiveness, or maybe taking just that little bit too much on of an emotional nature. There could be a young water sign around us that has some significance on our soul journey in the month of April. Listening to our intuition, physically taking ourselves out of the negativity and self-doubt will lead us into a place of clarity and a feeling of standing in our truth, leaving us open for offers of love or offers to love or emotional offers, even if this is within family. Maybe there's been some upset, but when you think about it, clear your head, you realise that love is worth more than the problem that has been put in front of us. The Ace of Cups, a brand new start in love. The Empress, she speaks all about love. It could be the birth of a baby, the news of a baby. It is in the physical, so it could be that physically in your locale around you there is news of a birth or news of a pregnancy. There's the shaking up of a certain aspect in your life, an idea or an actual situation that needs stripping down to the core bones and starting again. We may have a little bit of juggling to keep everything up and on the ball, but we can do that. It may take a little bit of concentration, a little bit of time and effort, but we can juggle everything that's surrounding us at the moment. The Hermit says, go inside, seek what knowledge you need. It's all in there. You've just got to ask yourself the right questions to find your insight, your guiding light to go forward. We have a second two, the Two of Wands, seeking counsel, which again, I do bring straight back to the Hermit. Maybe we're going to have to seek advice from somebody regarding something that we're passionate about. Contentment in the home life. Maybe there is one thing missing. Maybe there's nothing missing. Maybe you're totally content and in your element as the King of Wands. But coming back to the 6, this is a good card, and it does mean moving on to better times in life, but we must be moving something away from something that didn't serve and was turbulent and disrupted us. So in there somewhere there is some situation that has caused us to feel bound within our own little box, our own mind, something that just doesn't serve us whatsoever and needs stripping back or getting rid of altogether, walking away from. And we need to find some clarity regarding our path forward. On that, Aries, I'd like to pull out 3 cards, and for clarifiers I'm using my Tarot of the Mermaids mini deck. Pull out 3 cards for the Empress, please. Why do we have the Empress sat in this reading? Okay, so we have the 5 of Chalices. There's been a loss of some kind. Maybe a negative or uncooperative water sign was around us at the time. So this water sign may have been the one that we've had the problem with. And they're no longer upside down. They're coming back to us in the right sense. And there was no going forward with this situation because the Chariot is also upside down. So that's talking of a stagnation and a standstill. So I believe that is the physical. There may be a situation with a water sign, maybe a younger water sign, that leads to some kind of emotional loss. And, sorry, I put that the wrong way. There was a negative, unloving or unrequited love surrounding this, which led us to making no progress whatsoever. This could be something that's already happened and we're recovering from that, or it could be something that comes up in April. Can I have 3 cards to tell us why we have the 2 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands? What are our 2 signifying? Having to keep balance and control over our passions, over not losing our temper, not being too fiery, having to keep our calm. Wanting to move very fastly, very swiftly, and probably making hasty decisions on things regarding a passionate outcome. So I do think these are the things we need counsel with, be it if it's self-counsel, to pull ourselves back, to be more nurturing with the feminine energy of the Empress, rather than not using our strength. The Strength card, the right way up, talks about using gentle persuasion to tame the beast, the lion, the beast inside. We're not taming the beast. We're running ahead with our passions. We're running into a situation that really we should still be thinking about. We're running in before we thought about it. There could be an offer of love, though I haven't got any of the love cards around. I think that is actually more of a family situation and a family upheaval of some kind. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana out of the 12. So there are some divine, fated, let's say, situations to face this month. We have 2 pentacles, 2 wands, 2 cups, and 2 swords. So I would say there is a good balance in all areas you're looking at. Well, I hope that gives you a little bit of insight, Aries. And as I say, happy birthday. And if you do want to look into anything in any more detail, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you.